Hi, guys. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing this morning?
Good.
Good. Good to see you guys. Lots of people
How
coming
many
in.
people are in here?
Well, so far, looks like we have 9.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
there was me
Might need this.
Lourdes, can you hear me? Oh, there she is. Can you hear me okay? Better? That's a mess.
I don't know if it is.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Okay, I'm just going to take attendance real quick and then we'll get started. So,
Actually, I wanted to go in because I need to get some more sticks.
Alden, we have Mia, Gabe, Owen,
Hi, Lulu.
Ava, I have Kaya and Krish, Sama, I have Eleanor, I have Lourdes, and I have Alden. Okay. Oh, and looks like Jack coming in. Jack, it looks like you got your PhD because you're Professor Crawford today. Congratulations, sir.
My deepest condolences. A waste of time.
Right?
Okay, Moises. Ooh, we got a good crowd today. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and get started. And if anybody else joins, oh, there's Arish. I thought I saw him. Okay. So, I'd like to be able to leave you off of mute, but it may not be possible. If you have some noise happening at your house, we might have to ask you to mute yourself. So if somebody else in the house is working or having a hard time, go ahead and go on mute. But I'd like to be able to hear from you because I'm going to switch the video to the material now. And I'm going to spotlight that so that hopefully everybody can see it. Is it big now, or do you see the bead chains?
It's big. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Love it when it works. Okay, so we have some old friends here. We have some materials that you will recognize. You worked with these a lot. And I'm going to start right here with our 5 chain. And when we count the 5 chain, you're going to help me. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be our first ticket, right? I don't know if you can see the numbers on the tickets very well. What will be our next number?
10.
10. How about our next number?
20.
15, and then 20. Yeah.
23.
And
25.
finally 25. Okay, good. Yeah, you guys have counted this chain. You could count this chain in your sleep. I think if I woke you up in the middle of the night and asked you to count the 5 chain, you could probably do it without even waking up. Okay? 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25 are all, here, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody. 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25 are all multiples of 5. Every one of these numbers contains 5 a certain number of times. 10 contains 5 2 times. 15 contains 5 3 times. 20 contains 5. How many times? Who knows? How many times does 20 contain 5?
How many times?
10.
10 times?
4. 20.
20 has how many fives?
4.
4. 20 has 4 fives. How about 25?
5.
Yeah, 25 has 5 fives. So each of these numbers is a multiple of 5 because it contains a certain number of fives. And I have a definition here for you. Well, not a definition so much as the roots of the word multiples. Here you have the spelling multiples. And a multiple is simply a number that contains another number a certain number of times. And the roots of the word multiples come from the Latin multi, L for Latin, which means many, and plus, which is Latin, meaning fold, but not exactly the same way that we use the word fold. They're using the word fold to mean a number of times. So many times. That's what the word multiples means. You have worked with multiples a lot. You worked with them all the time in your primary class when you were doing the chains. You just didn't really maybe know that you were doing multiples work back then. I have another chain here. I have the chain of 7. Okay, I'm going to unmute you so that you can help me count the chain of 7. So I'm going to start with 7. What's my next one going to be?
14. 14.
Next.
21.
Good, 21. What's next?
28.
28. Excellent. What's next?
28. 35.
35. And?
42.
You can't see these all. 42. And?
43. 49.
43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49 would be our last one. And I apologize. I can see now that it's hard to read those. So trust me, I put them in the right places. Okay, so here we have some multiples of 7. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, and 49 are all multiples of 7. Each of those numbers contains a certain number of 7s. So any questions about what multiples are? Looking through, I don't see any hands up. Awesome. Oh, Kea. Yes, Kea.
Actually, what are multiples? That was it.
Let's talk about it some more. So a multiple is any number that contains another number a certain number of times. So 14 if I cover up the rest of the chain and we just look at the part up to 14, how many 7s do you see there?
2.
2. So 14 contains 2 7s. If I go up to my chain of 5, and let me cover up everything, let's just show everything up to number 20. How many 5s do you see there?
4.
Yeah, because 20 contains 4 5s. So 20 is a multiple of 5 because it contains a certain number of 5s. How does that sound to you, Kea?
Good.
Yeah, and then let's remind ourselves of the meaning of the word multiples. Multiples comes from the Latin word multi, meaning many. That's a very helpful clue. Okay, many times. Plus means full or times. So multiples, many times. Think about how we do our multiplication facts. We're taking a number over and over a certain number of times, aren't we? Yeah, so we're working with multiples every time we do multiplication. Okay, I've got a little quiz for you. So I'm gonna unmute everybody because I need to hear, you're gonna just shout out. It's not quite like a lesson in the classroom because we would raise hands then, but I'm gonna have you just shout out the answer, okay? I've taken all of the tickets and I'm gonna shake them up. Ah, Okay, and I'm going to pick one, and you're going to tell me, is it a multiple of 5 or a multiple of 7?
7.
Okay,
Seven.
our first one is
7.
14. Yep, 14 is a multiple of 7. Okay, our next one is 10.
5.
Multiple of 5. Because it contains 2 5s. Ooh, I picked a hard one.
Multiple of 7. Multiple of 7.
49 is a multiple of 7. How many 7s does 49 have?
7.
7 sevens. Wow. Okay, this one's really tricky, you guys.
Multiple of 5.
Take your time.
5.
It's okay to think about this.
5.
5 is a multiple of 5. Yeah. How many 5s does it contain?
1.
5. Okay. How about this one?
7.
Yes, 35 is a multiple of 7.
Multiple of 7.
Does anybody else think it could also be a multiple of 5?
Yes.
It is. This is what we call a common multiple. Now, our 5 chain didn't go that far. If we had the long 5 chain, we would have 35 on that chain, wouldn't we? Yeah. 35 contains how many 7s?
7.
How many 7s?
5.
5 7s. Good.
5.
How many 5s does it contain?
7.
7 5s. Yeah. So 35 is a multiple of both. But since I have my long 7 chain and I don't have my long 5, or since our 7 chain is longer, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on the 7 chain.
No.
But it is also a multiple of 5. You guys don't miss anything, do you? Okay, how about this one?
Oh, that's funny.
20 is a multiple of 5. Good. How about this one?
42 by 7.
7. Okay, next.
Multiply of 5.
Multiple of 5. Good.
Multiple of 5. Multiply of 7. Multiple of 7.
Multiple of 7. Okay, here's another one you might really have to think about, guys. It's okay if it takes you a while to think about this one.
Multiple of 7. Multiple of 7.
Yeah, that's a multiple of 7.
5 by 7.
Okay.
Multiple of 5. Multiple of 5.
Multiple of
5. Multiple of 7.
Multiple of 7. Good. Okay.
Multiple of 7.
All right. So I think you've got a good idea of what multiples are. And you even touched on a little bit that some numbers can be multiples of more than one number, right? Okay, so I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to get out our big box of bead bars. And we're going to look at some more multiples. You guys still with me? Hello? You guys doing okay out there? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ugh. We're going to make the table of 2s.
Yay, 2.
Okay, so here I have 2. I hope I can get it all to fit. 2 taken one time. Who can tell me how much 2 taken one time means?
2.
2. Good.
2.
So I'm going to put my answer like this. You guys remember doing this with your primary teacher? Okay, next I'm going to take 2 times. How much will that make?
4.
That'll make 4.
Miss Fortun.
Yes.
I can't see the 2s.
You know what? I wonder, are you on a phone?
No.
Okay. Because sometimes the screen is a little smaller or it's being hidden somehow.
Phone is just
No, like, Mia,
like the sign that says switch camera is like blocking it.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Here, let me just move it down. Does that help?
Yeah.
That's probably
Maybe
going to
a
make
little
it
bit
easier
to
for
the
everybody.
right.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
A little
Awesome.
bit.
Okay.
Can you move it a little bit towards you?
This way
stop,
or the other way?
That's good. Good. Stop. No,
Okay.
no, too far. No, back. Towards you.
The
Stop.
problem is I'm going to end up running out of space, but I'll do my best. Okay. So next I have 2 taken 3 times.
6.
That's going to be 6.
6.
Okay. Then I have 2 taken 4 times.
8.
You guys are real troopers because I can't imagine how hard it is to watch me do this instead of getting to do it yourself. Okay. 2 taken 5 times.
10.
My 10 is wonky. Let me get you a better 10. Okay. 2 taken 6 times.
12.
Ooh, you guys are quick.
It's 10 and
Okay, now I'm going to make 12 the old-fashioned way with a 10 and a 2. Okay. Now I have 6 taken 7 times.
14. 14.
So I'm going to make 14 with a 10 and a
4.
4. Great. Okay. What am I on? 7 taken 8 times. 6, 7, 8. How much is 2 taken 8 times?
16.
16. Very good. Okay, and then 2 taken 9 times.
I know that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How much is that?
18.
18. Great. And then last, Mia, can you still see this?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, a 10 and a 0.
7, 8, 9, 10. And how much does that make?
20.
Yeah, that makes 20. So here's another way for us to make some multiples using our bead bars. And what are the multiples of 2 that we have made? 2,
2, 4,
4,
6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Here, I'll call them out. You match me, okay? Because some of you are going really fast. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Great. Okay. Are those all of the multiples of 2? Or could there be more?
There could be more.
Yeah, I could keep going, right? What if I took 2 11 times, 12 times, 13 times?
I'm just looking at someone else's question.
I could keep going. They go on and on and on. But right now we're just looking at these up to 2 taken 10 times. Okay? In Google Classroom, where you found the link to this meeting, I am uploading some worksheets because I know that you don't have a box of bead bars like this at home. And I thought about how to do this because I thought, well, they could make them the way we talked about before, but you'd have to make so many bead bars in order to do this work. Because I've gotten 2s out of, I have both boxes here. Because I ran out of 2s, and so I had to get the second box out, okay? So there's no way I can ask you to make that many bead bars at home. So instead, I've created some worksheets for you where you will see the bars laid out like this in the different tables, and you can count them and write the answers. So I'll ask you to do that work to follow up to this lesson. Okay, and then I ask you also to explain multiples to the members of your family. Teach them all about multiples. And don't forget to teach them what the word multiples means many times. Okay? And by giving that lesson to your family, you're going to really make that information a part of yourself. And this work will be available to you when you are back in the classroom. Okay? This was one of the things that when I realized we weren't going to be able to be at school together, I was very disappointed that I hadn't gotten to do this with you yet. So I'm very excited that at least we get to do it this way.
Yep.
Okay, are there any questions?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I am. Don't be so mean.
Okay, everybody looks like they have absorbed the concept of multiples, and I don't see any hands up. So I will get to work getting those worksheets available. Ooh, Gabe, do you have a question? Nope. Okay. I will get to work getting those worksheets up there for you. Ava, I'll go ahead and print them so you can have them in your packet when you pick it up. Okay? And I guess that's about it for today. Oh, by the way, at 2 o'clock, I'm going to have open office hours. I'm going to try to do that every Tuesday. That means it's not technically an hour, it's actually a half hour, but I'm going to open up a Zoom link and I'm going to sit there, and if you have any questions, you can just pop in and I will try to answer your question. The office hours is a good time to ask me a quick question. Here, let me switch my camera. It's hard to pretend I'm a set of talking beads. Okay. Office hours is a great time for a really quick question. It's not such a good time for a more in-depth question, or if you have something you need to talk over with me that's going to take more than 5 minutes, then that's a time to make a separate appointment with me. Okay? But if you have anything quick that you need some help with, go ahead and meet me at 2 o'clock. Okay? You'll find the link for that in Google Classroom.
Okay.
All right, guys. This was fun. I'll get busy getting those worksheets ready for you. Okay, and I'll see you at Read Aloud.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.